everyone, this is my reaction to the 13th and final episode of Princess Connect Redive. And that means, yeah, this is the last time we're connecting with a princess, and maybe there'll be a redive later in season 2, but certainly not gonna hold my breath on that. But yeah, last episode things got kind of serious, you know, big old monster attacking, just our Pecoline princess just having to take all of that damage, and we see everyone just getting attacked, and Yuki gets somewhere shadowy, foggy place, and you got Kokoro in like the castle seeing a big old portrait of the king and queen and princess, and that's kind of what we ended off on. So yeah, hopefully we can get to a good place after this, make things peaceful and all that. Maybe learn some things. So, 3, 2, 1, play. Somebody coming in? Oh, Pecoline. Good to see you, okay? Would you like to give me a grand tour of the castle? At home? Oh, yeah, that too. Lost Princess. Wait, found her. I think it is. Well, the portrait's pretty telling. Yeah, the well-kept secret that she's a princess. You mean Pecoline's not your real name? And there you go. Gonna learn some circumstances here. I could never forget about you, Pecoline. Yeah, we had that scene where they asked who she was. So I guess it's to be expected, but still hurts to hear her say that. She seems nice enough. She's gonna go out and visit it soon enough. It is a good idea. I'd say she's pretty mature at this point. Yes, and there's a crown. I knew something was missing. That's what it was. A tiara, rather. Got a maid back there. Right. Which explains so much. So no problems here. I mean, it seems pretty happy to me. Where do things go wrong? Now we give her a burger. It really does seem wrong without the tiara, so I'm glad we put it on her. Just the best walking style. Oh, jeez. Treasure chest. And the other chest, that's a treasure. And this is where it goes wrong. They 3D. Yeah, this is not quite the homecoming we were hoping for. Oh, jeez. She's a princess. Why are you trying to stab her? Like, you don't do that. Probably like rule number 1 for being a guard is you don't stab the princess of the country you're a guard for. But clearly somebody has, you know, got their claws into the castle. Does she now remember you? Yeah, she does not remember you. The look of fear. I don't think so. Not in this building. So why would somebody make everyone forget about Pekodin? That's horrible. Like, for what purpose, even? And yeah, the parents is gonna be the one that hurts the most. Surprised there's no guards in here. I don't want to watch this scene. Not even saying anything. Here it is. I'm just glad I didn't say who is Rim. And here it is. The person that got their claws into them. Yeah, I got several questions about this. An odd voice. Yeah, I guess that second journey was more required than the first one. How'd I get out of there? Everyone forgets you, you just make new friends. They could never forget you. What is that way? Weird eating style from Kyuu. Now that you know everything, Kokoro, how are you gonna make her feel better? That's why we had so many hugs. Really, it's like, yeah, really is like a supercut of all the hugs. Dakishimete, as she said. Because yeah, if you hold them tight, they can't leave you. You're definitely not selfish. And there we go, one more hug. A very important one. She's just so much shorter than her that the positioning is a little bit awkward. But it doesn't matter. We'll never be forgotten. All the heartwarming friendship. Definitely Kyuu, we cannot forget her. She is invaluable. For sure we can. In fact, the rest of the episode could be this, and I'll gladly accept it. It is a lovely portrait, though. And there's Kyuu. She made her way in here. You can join in the hug. I know you wouldn't, but I'm just saying you could have. Oh no, we're back to the monster. Man, that thing is just not something I would want to fight. That hasn't changed since last week. Back to Yuki. Yeah, I guess you could say that. I never thought you were. It's okay. We're okay with going deep. Like, are you done with the place? Not really. Okay, maybe. Slightly. I guess I can see it. A little bit more depressing looking. That's the name I know her as, yes. I like her. A little bit close there. I didn't say you had to stop. As all power is. Wasn't ready for that. Sure, it'll go better next time. Oh god, the way it moves. You really nailed the horror aspect of those things. Okay. We gotta go back, though. Yeah, those are definitely memories. And that's her. Ouch. Well, it's because she's... Oh, jeez. Oh, god, that rock just out of the way. She's, like, at the castle, sort of... Oh, wow, that is a gorgeous design. Holy shit. Can I learn more about you, please? Can we go back to that? Maybe my favorite design so far in the show. Like, wow. I know I should be reading the text. It's difficult, though. I'll try my best. Can we see their face, please? Yeah, just look at that design. Wow. I want it. I want a figure of it. Like life size. It's like literally perfect. I think I finally found someone with a better design than Kyuu. I didn't think the show would do it. But wow. Gotta focus on the plot though. Yeah, what was your name? Christine? Vice Captain. That good name's pretty great. I bet. Iwachan. I find lots of things strange. Definitely not normal. Guys are dropping the ball. Clearly. I don't think he's doing much thinking at all. I think that's a problem. very loudly. A beast sitting on the throne. Is the king a beast? I don't think I noticed that. Okay, we're back to the fight. Just do what you think is best, Kyuu. Yeah, you know the right path. The people that treat you right. Oh man, just so much power. Just trying to reach past it. Kyuu, you might want to focus on the fight and, like, not let yourself get killed. Okay, whew, that was too close for my liking. Good job, Pekodin. No, you're not. Please do. And Kokodo's back there. Calling her a baka. You're the one that was about to let yourself get smacked because you didn't want to make a decision. Come on, Yuki, you're the last one that needs to get in there. I mean, you don't have a lot of choice for, like, last episode. Like Labyrinth Queen that was mentioned before. Oh. Okay. I mean, that's to be expected, but... That's what a protagonist does. Sure. Yeah, we need to get in there. That thing's powerful and we need our protagonist assistance. Yeah, he's ready. He's ready to go in there and save the day. Let's go. Okay, what exactly are we doing? He making cubes? Okay, cool, I guess. Okay, there we go. Now we're moving. Please do. Oh, now this is what I'm talking about. A big old teleportation gates. And here we are. He's gonna make an entrance too. Like, he had no way to see that coming. And yeah, of course she's excited. Man, he's done a lot of talking this episode. And they're getting the power boost as he does. He buffs his party. That's what he does. He brings out the best in them, their potential. I can feel it pumping through me. And now we are ready. We are finally a proper party again, and this monster he's got no chance. Let's get all our buffs going and send our DPS in and tank. There's all the random sparkles and symbols and stuff. They get really creative with the magic in this show. And wow, yeah, hers looks gorgeous as always. The purple and everything color scheme. Oh wow. I'm sure you will. Show, let's get in there. Come on, give us a final blow. Chop it in half. Break its mask. Send it to the Shadow Realm. And I think we did it. Oh, wow. Now, yeah, that's an attack. That is gorgeous. Just love the blue and white sort of mist. Magic dust, whatever you want to call it. And I think we did it. He's even got little blue sparkles around him in the aftermath. And we have a big old group hug to celebrate a job well done. Princess Knight. Okay, more of her cube ability. Okay. What are you guys crying about? They're just fine, guys. Calm down. They're probably gonna walk through that door any minute. And is that them? Oh, jeez. Well, they didn't exactly walk through the door, but they arrived. So, I love how much the bad guys from episode 1 got attached to her. Yeah, they're confused about what happened because they just suddenly got teleported here. So, and then just suddenly surrounded like seconds later. But it's a good thing though. Back to our friends. I will honor your selfish request anytime. I'll even get you a sandwich if you ask me to make you one. I demand a hug in reward, though. There we go, right on cue. Needed to have at least one more hug before this ended. Aw, she even returns it. Wow, that is a really special thing. Just lifting them, because why not? And here we go, back to our Gourmet Guild shenanigans. Kitty cats! All 4 or 5 of them. And back to our crepe shop. Oh yeah, we're gonna check up on everyone. All 20,000 of the other characters we met along the way. Even the ridiculous magical girl one. Oh, there we go. There we go. That's a very important one to check up on. I don't remember half their names off the top of my head, but I'm glad to see them again. In all of our stamp collection. And a little bit left. Yeah, we got like 30-ish seconds left, give or take. Got a little bit of kind of wanted to end off with her saying yeah bye, dissing it, but yes, he has grown a lot. Food. And that does look pretty good. I wouldn't mind having one for myself. A new adventure. You know, if you want to play the mobile game. Otherwise, you're probably out of luck. But yeah, that was the 13th and final episode of Princess Connect Redive. And yeah, pretty cool finale. We got so much exposition on Pickling. You know, apparently somebody, that one, I don't remember her name, the silver-haired girl kind of seemed to have infiltrated them and taken control, maybe done some brainwashing kind of stuff. Like, they're a little bit vague on some of that stuff, but they really got the gist of it across, you know. Pecoline, they had a very happy family dynamic and stuff like that, but she left after getting the tiara to go on an adventure and just kind of learn about the world, which is a good thing, certainly for like royalty to do, because, you know, it's never a good thing when the people in charge just sit in their ivory tower, they're really out of touch with the problems of the common folk, and as a result can't do very good ruling for them, you know. So it's never a good thing. So if somebody can go out early on before they start to really be in charge and get to really get a life experience and exposure to the kind of people that they're, you know, ruling for, you know, the benefit for them, that's a good thing. It's a really good thing, and it clearly was in her case as well. But the problem was when she came back and everyone was like, who are you? I don't know you, I don't trust you, stabby stabby. And then she had to, you know, dodge all these people, and then went to, you know, the parents, the royal chamber, and they didn't remember her either. And that's when we had this scary lady pop up, you know, one of like the big antagonists of the show, I think she is, and she's clearly, you know, taking control. So that's a bit of a problem. It's a bit of a problem, like, because that's causing a lot of problems. Because before we already had talked about how the king and queen aren't doing things as they're supposed to do. You know, like right before we did that one board mission on the bridge or whatever that was, like we talked about it then, which makes more sense now that we know just how much the royal system has been altered, has been messed with, you know, taken over, whatever good verb for that would be. And yeah, also like, you know, shadow creatures getting as far as they did, attacking the one. I think it was Christine comment on how weird it was, how that could even happen, but again, that's probably because of the manipulation of the royal family and the control that's kind of given to the antagonist. So yeah, it definitely does seem like there's more to the story, and there definitely is. It probably continues much further in the game, the source material. But you know, it's a limit of what the anime covers, because that's only has 13 episodes, and it's probably not going to have a season 2. Probably not, because these are usually just advertisements for the game, so probably not. Anyway, the past experiences that Pecoline has had has definitely made her a little bit wary to make new connections, new bonds. But once she really opened up to Kokoro, told her all this stuff, we had her hugs and crying and all that, and, you know, made it pretty clear that our friendship is the real deal, and we're never gonna forget you. But yeah, I think that's kind of what we got across there. And then Kyuu also having her own issues. You know, I mean, her issues have always been what they've been in the whole show. She was really devoted towards someone, but over time, she's kind of starting to realize maybe that's not a good thing to be devoted to that person. Maybe what they're doing is not so great. Maybe the people that she met as part of her mission should be the people that she actually cares about. I mean, there's people she actually cares about, the people that she should actually, you know, be on the side of. Like, that kind of struggle has been kind of the biggest aspect of her character throughout the course of the show. And, you know, she's pretty worried about, it seems like kind of worried about taking a side because she might make the wrong choice. So it's, unless I misinterpreted it, it seemed like she just wanted to get attacked to just kind of take choice out of the equation and just end everything, which is pretty dark. But luckily Pecoline was able to stop that from happening. She had a pretty cool entrance, just zooming on in there and like whoosh, attacking. And Pecoline just, you know, as always, one of the coolest characters in the show. She does what she needs to do. She defends what she needs to defend. And she always looks pretty good and pretty cool while doing it. And we had all that. And also Kyuu stuff later on with her actually straight up returning the hug that Pecoline gave her, which shows really good character development. I think that was supposed to really represent Kyuu kind of like taking that final step to not half being with them, but like fully being with them. So that's really good to see. And Yuki, our protagonist, who spoke more than usual this episode, you know, he got to have his own little thing, you know, where he got to learn a bit more about what's going on, you know, the whole memories, the whole, you know, just like a lot of that kind of stuff. And once he had been fully prepared, he finally got his chance to jump in there and just help save the day, because he, like, you know, he's pretty strong himself and he can buff everyone else, because, you know, the Princess Knight, as I think they called him, and they can all go in there as a big old party, and whoosh, took him down, big old explosion of white, blue, gorgeous sparkles and pixie dust, whatever you want to call it. And even after it finished, we had a little bit of the blue sparkles left over as they dissipated. I just really love the visuals in the show whenever we have our magical attacks and stuff. Just really cool explosions and shining lights and sparkles and little patterns. I like it. It's really nice out. It has a really nice style. I always enjoy it. So that was cool. And pretty happy ending for the most part. I mean, the story still continues, so it can't really be too happy of an ending, because we still have the issue of the royal family clearly being under the influence of the silver-haired antagonist character, so we still got to deal with that. But aside from, you know, some things that still need to be dealt with, as far as kind of the personal struggle with the recent arc, I'd say it had a pretty happy ending. We're all pretty solved some personal struggles, relationship stuff, and we're all in a pretty good place in that regard, which is most of what I was trying to say. Nobody died. We're all friends. That's kind of it. I love you, Kyuu. We had our hug and returning the hug. It was great. Really nice way to end off the show, I would say. Of course, it's not too conclusive because it can't be, but it's conclusive enough where I can accept it, if that makes sense. And then we just had little shots of, all the other companions we made along the way. And we go back to our gourmet guild and what we do best. Food. That's what we do. We do food. And we do it well, I would say. That is all I have to say about the final episode. So what kind of thoughts do I have on the series as a whole? Well, first of all, this has been one of my favorite shows of the season, easily. The best thing about the show is definitely just the character designs, because it's based on a waifu mobile game. That's to be expected. You want to make these gorgeous characters because you want to collect them, and I definitely want to collect some of them, that's for sure. And that aspect of the show has always been on point. There are very few character designs that I was like, well, it's not all that great, but there was a lot that were good, and a decent amount that were great, and a few that were just mind-blowingly great to the point where I just want to just go get a figure of them right now and just kind of set them on my desk so I can always look at them at any point during my day. So that aspect of the show was, was great. The protagonist itself, he was pretty intentionally very bland because, you don't play these games really for the protagonist. You play them for the waifus, the girls, you want to get to know them, and, you're kind of like a visual novel, you're kind of self-inserting as the person they interact with. You're their chief, their captain, their doctor, whatever you want to be, whatever the setting of the story allows, you are that person, right? So usually the protagonist doesn't have much to him, and it's a pretty big decision whether or not you want to continue that in the adaptation, or if you want to go a different direction. I'm fine with what they did here, because is anybody really upset that the protagonist didn't have more lines and more character? Because I'm not. So maybe some other people are, but he's a great protagonist in the sense that he did what he was meant to do and did it well. And him trying to eat the money was by far the best thing he ever did in the show. I mean, that alone made him a great protagonist. You can't really top that. But, yeah, as far as the girls themselves, our main gourmet guild, well, the gourmet guild itself was an interesting idea, right? Because I went into this pretty blind. I didn't really know what to expect. I mean, guilds are pretty common in this kind of setting. But gourmet guild, it's pretty uncommon. A lot of the time, the guilds you have in any kind of, anime or whatever, it's a pretty general guild, but to have a specific theme such as gourmet is a very interesting idea. I'm not sure, I mean, I could probably, out of all the possible themes for a guild, I could probably pick ones I'd rather have, but, gourmet's not a bad one. Because it fits Pecorin, because she likes to eat, and she has the tiara that apparently makes it even worse. And when you're really needing that food, so it fits her character. And Pecorin was kind of the closest thing to the main, she was kind of the main girl, the main protagonist in a way. Yuki technically is a protagonist, but Pecorin kind of was as well. I guess you call them both protagonists. I don't know really how you want to look at that, but it doesn't really matter. The point is, Pecorin was pretty great. She was a great character. She was cute, she was fun, she was silly, she got things done. She had, there was some depth to her in regards to her family circumstances and all that, and doing her best to try to, come back from that, make new friends. Just get back into it. And we had Kokoro. Kokoro was pretty great as well. She had one of the best designs in the show. She was always a very, warm, sweet, pleasant girl, and always doing her best to help Yuki, because that was kind of the role she was given, by Ameth or whatever. She was always pretty devoted to him, pretty sweet. It's kind of character you would want to do ASMR for you, really. She was that kind of girl. So I quite liked her. She wasn't quite as exciting as some of the other characters like Kyuu and Pecorin, but she was great at what she did, And Kyuu was probably my favorite character in this show, probably, because she's a cat girl. Right off the get, gives her a lot of points with me. She just one of the best character designs in the show, top 5 for sure. She was number 1 until that one character showed up this episode. But she also just tsundere, again, and well-handled tsundere too. Not violent sort of, bitch tsundere, just like a good kind of tsundere as well. So that was good. And she also went through development to the point where she's returning hugs in the final episode. And she's always just very silly, you know, just she does a lot of silly things throughout the show. Because she kind of has an aura of sort of serious kind of character to her, you know, not quite like the silliness, not the sort of natural silliness that Peconin has. The fact that she still does a bunch of silly things throughout the show is just pretty great. I don't know if my description is doing much justice here, but the point is I like her as a character. I enjoyed pretty much everything she ever did in the show. And it was a little bit frustrating seeing how difficult it was to kind of get her like fully on our side. That was slightly frustrating, but that's really the closest thing to a complaint I could possibly come up with in regards to Kyuu. I quite liked her. You know, most of the other characters really didn't get enough screen time to really have too much of an opinion on, but there were definitely plenty of other characters that I liked, for sure. I can't talk about all of them because we would be here all day, because there's like 50 of them. You know, almost, give or take a few. But, you know, they were fun, for sure. And I think that's really all to say about the show. I mean, the plot itself was interesting enough to where it didn't feel like the waifus was the only thing the anime had going for it. But it wasn't anything like super deep or unique. It's just, you know, there's some corruption and shadow creatures and, you know, we're trying to fight against it. You know, like yeah, nothing too complicated, but, you know, deep enough for it to be interesting, I guess is the best way I could describe the plot for the show. And of course, I had the whole amnesia thing, but, you know, not much to really say about that. Having amnesia protagonist is a fairly common anime, or just fiction in general, plot device. So I really do think that's all I got to say. Just there's a lot of fun, silly adventures, but they kept the plot going enough for you to not forget it existed, you know. But we also had our fun stuff like having the Lolly Guild, like having a little play practice mission for them, which was a lot of fun. The beach stuff was great as well. You know, we made sure to have that stuff as well in addition to our more plot stuff, and pretty much no matter what we were doing, we're always introducing new waifu characters. So I'd say overall the show was constructed pretty well. I thought it was really great. I had a lot of fun with it. I liked it way more than I expected to going into it. And that's really all I got to say on it. I had fun. I hope you did too. I hope you enjoyed watching my reactions. Yeah, my reactions definitely had more views than I expected. Like when episode 1 passed like 1,000 views, it was just like mind blown. And it had like mostly likes too, which was the craziest thing. But I think at one point it was like 100% likes. It's probably not anymore. I'm sure it's not anymore. But just the fact that it could get up to like 60 likes or whatever and have that 100% ratio, it's pretty crazy for sure. But anyway, for real this time, that's all I got to say. Hope you enjoyed this adventure with me. And if you liked what I did here, I probably will make more videos in the future on other anime. I've done so as well. So you could always check my backlog, see if there's anything you like there. And if that's the case, hopefully I'll see you in one of those videos. So, goodbye, Dissonant. Thank you for watching, and a special thanks to Cnouki and Ryan for supporting the channel. If you enjoyed this video, I hope you consider clicking the like button and leaving a comment, because that's a great and easy way to let me know that people want more. If you want to do something big to help the channel, you can support me on Patreon and get nice benefits like early access to certain videos. See you next time.